Before we get started, one thing I need to make clear. No matter how many times you try to clear all the toys out the car, there's always stuff that gets left, no matter what. There you go. So, right, it's been a crazy 3 weeks, and I want to go through it now because this is failing my way in public to success, documenting my journey. So about 3 weeks ago, I get a phone call, and I'd just been in a studio, and I just finished off a podcast interview, which will be out in a couple of weeks. That's another thing for another time. But I get a phone call, and I'm still in the studio. So, hi, is that Mark? Yes, it's Mark. Right, you've been referred to us, and I thought I heard a different name. Okay, great, thank you. We need you to potentially host an event for us, which is coming up in a couple of weeks. Are you available on the 2nd of October? Let me check. Yes, I'm available. So, they then said, right, we're going to send you over a little bit of a script, and I need you to read it out and send it back to us because we want to see how your presence is when you're reading or hosting. I was like, no problem. Put the phone down. I was like, right, I'm still in the studio. Now, I was going to leave, but I decided before that phone call came in to kind of do a little bit of extra work, catch up on some things. So if I would have left, I wouldn't have been able to get such a high quality film actually to do it. So I ended up asking the guys in the studio to come in, and if you would have seen behind the scenes, you've got the guy holding the phone, and then you've got the guy that works to kind of give out the coffees and the teas and stuff. A lovely guy. But he's kind of holding the phone up like this, and I'm reading. Now, I only just got it, so I read it out, sent it back over. I thought, well, at least it looks professional. Sent that over. Didn't hear anything for about, well, almost 2 weeks. Then I'm with my nephews, and on a Saturday, if you follow my story, you'll know that I spend Saturdays with my nieces and nephews. I took the boys to the Museum of Illusions. If you haven't been, it's really, really cool. The whole drive, I don't want to go. And I said, look, do you really think I would take you to a place that I didn't think you would enjoy? Well, okay, yeah? So why am I going to waste my time taking you to a place I didn't think you'd enjoy and spending money on you? So we get in there. The boys are loving it because the way it works is I look like a midget, they look like a giant. There's all these photos. Check out my Instagram account. No, you wouldn't see it actually. There's some private stuff. I keep that stuff private actually, but to let you know, like we went to Museum of Illusions. But I get a phone call, and I answer the phone. Hi, is that Mark? Yes, it's Mark. Hi, Mark. The CEO for the event on the 2nd of October, she wants to meet you. Okay, when does she want to meet? Can you meet now? Question, isn't it? Can you meet now? You're with your nephews, you're having fun, you're thinking, well, I'm with the boys, so I want to stay with them, enjoy that time, but also I know that there is only a small window. This is on the Saturday, the event is on the Wednesday. Things need to happen pretty quickly. So, grabbed the boys, and I said, right, we're going on a little bit of fun, little bit of a extravaganza, a little bit of an adventure. Jump back in the car the whole way. I want ice cream. Yeah, not from me, from the boys. So we get to the hotel where the CEO is, and we go upstairs. I won't say the hotel at the moment. We go upstairs, and I'm greeted by the CEO's assistant, who is the contact who I'd not met, but I'd spoken to. So I got to meet them as well, which was great. And then we went to where the restaurant was, or the coffee area was, and I ended up meeting with the CEO. So we're sat there, and the boys are sat next to us. And as much as it was fine, there was no problem, still we wanted to have a bit of a more in-depth conversation. So she said, right, assistants, team, you look after the boys. Me and Mark are going to go over here and have a chat. Now, we had a discussion for about an hour, a real in-depth conversation about what the event was about, what they're looking to achieve, more about myself, what my background is, events I've worked at, how I see events going, all those types of things. And what she said to me was, she said, look, Mark, I'm really pleased I got to meet you because the video you sent over, you were very static in the video. And, you know, brutal honesty, I can appreciate that. And what I came to learn is that's how they are, and that's absolutely fine. I'd appreciate the constructive feedback, and she was right, because that's not how I would engage with an audience. I was just reading from something, and that's actually not how I would be speaking to the audience. So she said, look, I'm really pleased I've met you now, because you've got great energy, and I can feel that you'd be really good potential, or a really good person that will fit this event. I understand that industry from my background in the industry I worked in, which was market intelligence and data. They were actually one of our clients, which made it even better. So we have concluded, but along with that, she said, Mark, what are you doing tomorrow? And I said, well, it's Sunday, so I'll probably be, I'll be off, or I'll doing a little bit of work, but just getting things put together, yeah? If you just saw that, that was the parking guy that's just driven past, yeah? And I should report him, because he's driving around and he's actually holding his phone whilst she's driving, taking photos of cars and trying to give them tickets. You're not allowed to drive with your phone in your hands, and he's just driving. Yeah, I should report him, really. So she said, right, what are you doing on Sunday? I'm not working. Okay, great. Well, the event is on Wednesday, and we need someone to come in. We've booked a hotel, and we're doing an event, and we want someone to come in to train the team to get them ready. When the clients are at the event, we want them to be able to have a conversation with them. Now, these guys are already at a great level. You've got sales guys, you've got technical guys, but it's more about what the message is, a bit of storytelling, how to listen to people better. All of these things which they've already got the core base for, and it was just about developing that and making sure we are all singing from the same hymn sheet. Now, this meeting finished at around about 5 o'clock, so I've taken the kids back. Now, they are loaded up. Now, just to let you know, actually, by the way, when we went back over to the kids, they have chocolate all over their face, ice cream everywhere. So they were loaded up with sugar. So that journey back home was not the easiest, I've got to tell you, but we got there. Dropped the kids off, went back home, and now my project for the evening was getting the presentation ready to do the training for Sunday. So I was up until, late in night. Then I've gone 7 o'clock in the morning, met with the CEO, we've gone for a run through, and from about 8:39 until 6 o'clock in the evening, it was training on presentation skills, public speaking, storytelling, engaging with clients, which I absolutely love. That is my sweet spot, so I've massively enjoyed it. And I've got to say thank you to the experienced sales guys who was giving great feedback in the role plays to the less experienced non-sales guys. Now, I can come in and I can show them how to stand, how to speak, but these guys know what they are saying, if it actually makes sense, because they're the ones that experience with this product and with this solution. So together, it really was a successful day, and the energy was amazing. Like from 9 o'clock until 6 o'clock, everybody was on it, everybody knew what they were doing, everybody wanted to be part of this. So the energy there, the commitment, you don't see that a lot of the time with companies. Yeah, so that was wonderful to see, and it made my job a lot easier, so thank you so much. So that's Sunday. Monday, I got asked to come to the event to speak with the CEO, just to get things aligned. We went for a little run through. Now, what I asked was on Sunday, what do you need me to wear? Okay, Mark wants to wear a black suit and a black shirt. Now, that sounds like everybody should have that in their wardrobe, but at the moment, I'm a bit in between sizes. So whatever I do have wasn't quite fitting. So I contacted my tailor, Cityland, shout out to you. And I said, look, I need a suit for Wednesday. This was on Monday morning. And I need it ready by Tuesday evening. Not possible. Then they messaged me back and said, well, if you have a suit already done, we can copy and paste it. So I've gone, great, perfect. So I've gone down there, given them my suit, given them the shirt, and we've gone from having no suit and not having the right attire to having something ready by Tuesday evening, ready for Wednesday morning. And it didn't even need any alterations. Amazing, amazing tailors. Highly, highly recommend them. They really understand what I'm looking to do. So it comes to Wednesday, the event. I get there. Oh, well, the event is starting at 10:30. I got there after no sleep the night before at, what time did I get there? 8 o'clock? 7:30 to meet with the CEO. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail, but there was a lot that happened. Now, the event was going to be a press release. So we had the press release, and then we did the show, and the show was absolutely amazing. For a product launch, or a service launch, we had all acrobats, we had music, we had dancers. It was just a 3-course meal, which you would be happy to have as your last meal if you were being sentenced to death. Not getting too deep there, but yes, it was a wonderful meal. Now, this event was at the one and only Zabil. If you haven't been yet, beautiful hotel, and the service was great, and they really accommodated us with last minute things that happened, last minute situations. But what was great was we had the event in the morning, and then we did exactly the same thing in the evening, but in a gala dinner theme with potential clients. So the press were very important, but that was kind of, right, let's get things out the way, let's make the mistakes here. We didn't want to make any mistakes, but, shit happens, it is what it is. And then by the evening, we had debriefed, and we got aligned with exactly how things should be. Because, as you always hear me say, everyone has a plan until you get punched in the face. So those things happen, and you can plan about how you see things going, but it's not until you do it that you realise that this should have been this way, that should have been that way. Now, yes, yeah. So, scripts, what things to say, timeline, order of things. We made it happen. Let's put it that way. And the fact that everybody was so agile, and everybody was so willing, and everybody was so into it, made it so much easier for me. So that's something that I'm always grateful for, because, like when you're offering solutions, it's a two-way handshake. You can do so much, but they also need to be giving you stuff as well. So the gala dinner went swimmingly well. Now, the great thing for me is I'm in the room there with top CEOs, top directors with companies across the UAE. So they're seeing me on stage, they're seeing me present, they're seeing me, and they may be thinking, well, Mark may be able to host our next event. Who knows? So, although I'm working, everybody gets to see me in action. So there's always potential for another. And I got to have great conversations with people, because the truth is, the biggest fear in the world is public speaking. So the fact you're getting up on stage, people admire that. So the base is you're getting up on stage. If you do a great job, which I got feedback of doing a great job, then all of a sudden you're in that top 1% of people that are capable to be able to do that. Now, do I have room to grow? 100%. There's no doubt about that. And this is failing my way in public to success. So there's so many things which happened during those 2 days or 3 days. Needing to understand the product better, needing to get the scripts ready, me forgetting a person's name that I was meant to announce on stage. All of these things happen. But if you look at it over the course of the day, the event went amazing. The event went absolutely amazing. It was exactly what they wanted to do, exactly what they wanted to achieve. They had great conversations with their clients. They were able to present the value they can bring to their product and service. And like they say, decades of mastery, transformational resilience. They're taking their 80 years of history and family business and what they're looking to achieve and apply it with what's going on in the world today, and they've launched a new solution. Now, that we need to be able to demonstrate, and that was demonstrated across the course of the 3 days or 2 days, because they were able to have physical products there. And I always recommend that. Get it in someone's hand, get them feeling it, get them touching it, get them experiencing it. And then if you've got some good people next to you who are having great conversations, and you're creating this atmosphere where people want to see things, and there's like, oh, what's going on over there? What's happening over there? Because they had all these little rooms which not everybody could go to at the same time. So it created this sort of, what's behind the rope? What's happening there? And that's the sort of nightclub experience. That's why they have that rope at the front, because you're wondering what's going on in there. You want to see. Somebody opens a door and there's a bit of music going on, and you want to be in there. So you need to create that gap between where someone is and where you can get them to, and that sometimes you has to be this idea of they might not be able to get in there. They might not be able to get in there, but you potentially can get them there. So I want to finish off here by saying, my nephews, amazing, great to spend a day with you, and great that you were so well behaved. You got chocolate around your face and you got your ice cream. Thank you to the company who allowed me and trusted me with their event. Thank you to the person that referred me, who I thought it was somebody else. So I called that person or messaged that person, thank you so much. And they said, well, I don't even remember giving this referral over, but okay. And it turned out it was the wrong person. So to the person that did that, thank you so much. And this isn't just the end of this opportunity. They've potentially booked me for another event as well. So thank you again. And I know that it isn't easy to refer people, because what if that person messes up? So thank you for putting the trust in me. Now, everybody that's listened to this, you could have been anywhere else, but you've been here with me, and I appreciate that. This is me failing my way in public to success. Thank you all, and I'll see you on the next one.